Welcome to Eleuthera, one of the most beautiful islands in the Bahamas. Beyond its beaches and turquoise waters lies a cultural heartbeat, Junkanoo. And it all begins in a place called the Shack. At first glance, the shack looks like a simple corrugated metal building, but step inside and you'll discover a world of color, sound, and creativity.
The masters, when they were having their Christmas dinners, after that they will give the rest to their enslaved to go take home. We call it a junk, and in the box, but we call it Junkanoo. And then the other portion was they were able at that date be freed to go out from communities and communities to celebrate. So throughout the years, we have made a significant increase in bringing it to a colorful life because they were using their own clothing one time ago to do the Junkanoo rush. They more transitioned from that to newspapers, and the newspapers were being cut a lot on the higher goatskin drums. So now we use cardboard and crepe papers. So instead of using kinks to clean those cardboards and newspapers, we use crepe paper, beads, feathers, this moss, soft cloth material to create our art for floats, banners, and costumes. So Junkanoo basically is an infused parade between Carnival, Macy Day Parade, Rose Day Parade, and also that wonderful thing that happened.
The word Junkanoo has mysterious roots. Some say it honors an African leader named Junkanoo, whose courage inspired enslaved people across the Caribbean. Others believe it comes from West African languages, words for dance, drum, and masked celebration. But many historians believe Junkanoo has a hybrid origin, a blend of African and Caribbean influences. It began during the days of slavery, when Africans in the Bahamas used the short break they were given at Christmas to keep their traditions alive through music, dance, and costume. Inside, larger-than-life figures and costumes tower over you. Horses, roosters, and even symbolic pieces like the Lamb of God. Every detail is made by hand, using cardboard, crepe paper, beads, and feathers. Each piece tells a story. Some celebrate Bahamian heroes. Others carry powerful cultural or spiritual meaning. Together, they create the energy of Junkanoo. But the shack isn't only for artists. It's a community space where children and families join in learning the craft of mask making and costume design. The tradition is passed down generation to generation.
What we let you do here is just do a simple piece to get a little idea of how it's done. But mask is something that you would wear. These are all pieces that you would find on the parade, from the mask to the headpiece or just a simple feather. Because it's so tedious, we do a smaller piece. Just to give a little.
What's the history behind this?
I Junkanoo.
Junkanoo Shack.
The shop, this is where we do all the work, and it goes back to the 1600s with the guy. His name was Junkanoo, and he was a slave. So on his off day, he would adorn himself with the tree branches and the cowbell and just have fun. Hence, coming to the Bahamas, this is where the name Junkanoo came from. We told you earlier, we do our parades between Boxing Day and New Year's Day. And they started out with the paper that you use. We went from tree branches to newspaper to the crepe paper, and now they've gotten a little fancy. We use felt and feathers.
And after weeks of late nights in the shack, the costumes come alive. They burst from these walls onto the streets in a spectacular celebration, the Junkanoo Parade. The Junkanoo Shack is more than a workshop. It's the soul of Bahamian culture, where creativity, community, and tradition come together to make magic.